Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Jimmy, and today I'm going to be doing a series, or kind of like series review of Attack on Titan. The actual name for this show is called Shingeki no Kyojin, which is Attack on Titan, just in Japanese. So when I started this series, when I started watching it, I thought, you know what, it would be a good idea to do reviews on like each episode that comes out. But I started the series probably around when episode 10 was out already, and I was kind of late to the bandwagon, if you will, and I didn't actually make any reviews. So I decided that I would make a full-out everything review, which is now. So this show is, at least in my book, a 9 out of 10. The animation quality was so crazy awesome that just them like walking down the street was like the most epic scene that you've ever seen in your life. And I have some friends that actually don't like the animation because it kind of makes like the edge of their skin and stuff, the lines, makes it look really thick and like defined. But for this kind of like series, I mean, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. But you know, maybe somebody else could have an opposing argument for that. So just to give you guys a kind of, I don't know, maybe like a backstory kind of, you get in this series with characters, you get Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. And those are the three, they're kind of like main characters, and but Eren is the more, like he's the main character. And just the other two of them, they're kind of like the supporting main characters, if that makes any sense. Anyway, the premise of this whole show is that humanity is stuck in these walls that they kind of created for themselves to protect them from these gigantic monsters called Titans. And it's actually kind of funny, they're naked, but they don't have any like reproductive organs, so it's kind of weird. It's just like Barbie doll. But they're freaking ferocious and angry and pissed off for some reason. Don't understand why. They actually describe the Titans in the show as like being these terrible beastly monsters because they don't even have to eat or like anything. They could literally just sit in the forest and just chillax all day and they wouldn't even have to do it. They don't have to eat. They don't poop or anything. Nothing. Their organs just somehow support them miraculously. And like they could go over to like a deer and like eat it, but they won't. Like they just won't do that ever. But the main problem of this story is that these Titan monsters, these Titans, they eat people. They don't eat animals, and they don't eat like trees or anything. They just eat people. So not only does the show have like this whole almost like a apocalypse kind of feel to it, like anybody could be next. And they show that in the beginning. Like, the first episode, Eren's mom just gets eaten. Just done. The first episode, done. His mom's dead. Just, like, anyone can become the next, like, monster, like, Titan food. Anyone can be the next Titan food. And the plot of the story is Eren, after he sees his mom pretty much get killed and then eaten, he pretty much gets this huge grudge and just hates all Titans. And just like every other main character in probably every other show, they're like, alright, I'm gonna be the hero and destroy all the Titans in the world. That's his goal, like to destroy all Titans in the world and just kill all of them. And just when he thinks he's so awesome and everything is so epic and like the thing's just going crazy and like the first Titan attack is happening, or the second Titan attack is happening, boom, freaking gets his legs eaten off. And then gets eaten by a Titan. Legitimately, one of the most buzzkill moments of any show that I've ever seen. It's such an epic scene. He's just flying through the sky, like going with his 3D maneuver gear, going through the town, and all of a sudden this freaking Titan just like, I mean, seriously. And then he just gets eaten. Anyway, the story starts picking up when, after he gets eaten, he pretty much becomes a Titan. And you don't really understand until like later in the story why he actually becomes a Titan. But I think it's really awesome. And I mean, once again, the same friend that doesn't like the animation, he told me that when he actually becomes a Titan, he was like, well, that's stupid. Why does he become a Titan? Why not? Anyway, I think it's awesome. I think that the powers that he has, like just becoming a Titan, so epic. And I'll admit, when I was watching this show, the first time or the first couple episodes, I watched like all 5 or 6 of the episodes that I haven't, that I skipped. I watched all of them in like one sitting. My whole mind, my whole face was just blown onto the floor. Like I was going crazy. I was like, oh, here he comes, or like, oh, they just broke through the wall, or like crazy. I couldn't even stop myself. I couldn't hold myself back. And the most recent episodes, I think it's 25-ish would be the most recent. The fighting between Aaron's Titan form and Annie's Titan form, freaking crazy. I mean, they just like grab each other's faces, just blow up your face. Like she just kicks his leg off one scene. Like, why is that? Like, it's nonsensical craziness. Like, they're fighting and Aaron just like blasts through a building while he's fighting. He just walks through a building. Like, what is that? It's like it's so epic, and I honestly sometimes I got up and I was like screaming for them to be like killing each other. Like, that's how epic it was. Maybe it was just how crazy the freaking animation was, but when Aaron freaking picks up that giant boulder and just smashes it down into that hole, I mean, that could have been like the most simple scene, just him like, boop, there's the boulder. But no, they're just like freaking craziness, just like the whole building just like wall explodes. I can't even. It's so epic. Even with all the epic craziness that goes on in the show, there's like an undertone of like just pure despair. Like, no human can beat a Titan. Like, you have to have like 10 people using maneuver gear to just take down one Titan. Unless you're Mikasa and freaking Erwin just destroying Titans. But the underlying like kind of sadness and like it even goes into like religion, like how some people are like religious about the wall and like all the walls that protect them. They're like, oh, well, the gods built the walls or whatever, and it's like a religion. And in the first episode, that kind of religion gets like crushed because the Colossus just freaking over the wall like, bitch. And so the other thing, which I'm trying to say, but the epicness just keeps getting in the way, it has like a really sad kind of undertone because people are just dying. Like in the Titan attacks when they like break through the walls and stuff, just people are dying everywhere and nobody can stop it. I mean, all they can do is just evacuate that wall and go behind the next wall. That's literally, they can't even do anything else. Just they're so like, humans just can't fight a Titan. But it's really cool because they have a whole bunch of backstories. Like Aaron's dad told him about becoming a Titan somehow, and that in his house there's like a box where like everything will be revealed or something, and he gave him the key, and the goal is to get to Aaron's house. But the problem is that Aaron's house is like the furthest away from where they are. Like the first Titan attack, the Titans broke through the first wall. Then the second one, they broke through like the second wall. And now everyone's like in the one wall. So they have to get back, pretty much conquer 2 walls worth of space, get back to his house, that find whatever this is, this box, and then just like maybe the world will be saved. They even have like a little love story. Like Aaron doesn't actually realize it, but Mikasa is like in love with him, and she like pretty much just does anything for him. And at one point she just goes after Annie, like Titan form Annie, like freaking it's like the whole series is just, it all connects together so well. And like all the sadness, like people just die. It's like, oh, well, the Titan killed that guy. It's like, and nobody's safe. Like, no matter what, the main character already pretty much died once. So nobody is safe from this. Alright, so aside from my incessant ranting over this freaking show and how epic it is, the characters were fantastic. The story, the plot is really suspenseful and really good, and I can't wait for there to be a next season. What else? The animation is freaking insane, and honestly, I don't think I've ever seen more solid animation in any show. It's just always the same. Like, they don't all of a sudden turn into like chibi characters. It's like always super epically, like it's super epic. So all in all, I'm gonna give this show, Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin, I'm gonna give this series a 9.6 out of 10. And yes, I did just come up with that right on the spot. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I might make videos on the episode, or like every episode. I might make one for the next season. Not sure. Probably contradict myself right now because I might be doing that. So that could be happening right now. And also, my favorite scene, or one of my favorite scenes out of this whole series. Well, fuck me.